Hi everyone. Today we are going to be making some smothered turkey wings the old time southern way with homemade gravy and not that gravy in the pack, okay? And for that, I'm just going to let you know the ingredients. Someone told me please let you know the ingredients before I start. So we're going to have Tony Saturé Creole seasoning. We're going to have thyme. We're going to have parsley. We're going to have bay leaves. We're going to have oregano. We're going to have bay leaves. We're gonna have fresh garlic, or you can use garlic powder if you like. Onion, bell pepper. We're gonna use some ground sage, and we're gonna need a little flour. Also, a little olive oil. I didn't put the olive oil up here, but we're gonna need olive oil. So let's get ready to chop up our seasonings, amen. And then we're gonna wash. I'm so used to saying amen, y'all, because I'm a minister, amen. I'm a preacher, I'm a pastor. So that's the way I talk, okay? Even when I'm cooking and I'm talking to someone. So let's get ready we're gonna go and wash off our turkey wings, clean them up and season those and cut and chop up our ingredients, our onion and all of our season, and then I'll come back. Okay, I've rinsed off and washed off my turkey wings, which are already chopped up in a pack, and I just took them off and washed them. I'm going to season those with my Tony Saturé Creole seasoning, which is, as you can tell, one of the favorite seasonings that I use. I'm going to put that on there, and I might put a little, sometimes I put a little garlic sauce and a little onion sauce. I think I'm going to go get that and put that on there. Not the onion salt, but the onion powder and a garlic powder, powder along with the Tony Saturé. I'm gonna season that and coat it with flour. Sorry about adding that. I thought I had put everything that I was gonna use up front. But anyway, just let you see, this is garlic powder. I'm gonna sprinkle a little of that on there. And we're gonna mix it all in there. And we're gonna use a little just onion powder as well. And we're going to just make sure that gets on all our meat. Get it all in there, turn it all over. When we turn it over, we're going to do that again. We're going to put some more. Make sure all the meat is seasoned. Hey guys, another thing I forgot to tell you was sitting here over in the corner that I always use with this homemade gravy is the accent. Okay, don't forget your accent as well. And the garlic powder and the onion powder to season your meats. After you got your meat seasoned, we're going to take some flour and lightly coat each piece. This is how we're going to get that homemade gravy. Okay, I'm going to make sure it all has coated with flour here. Every piece. Y'all got to remember, I'm in age, I'm 73, so I cook the old time way. I didn't have all those fancy different things. You might not put the flour on with your hand. You might shift it on and all this. Okay, but this is the way that I do it. And then we're going to go and put the oil, olive oil in our skillet. So now we are ready to, let's get this meal started, okay? So we're going to take our olive oil and we're going to cover the bottom of the pan with olive oil. We're going to put this on a medium heat and let it get hot. Okay, not too overly hot, but enough so we can brown our turkey. As you can see here, this is browning nicely. As it is brown, I've already turned it over. So we're on the other side and getting that brown and done. And once we do that, we're going to take this out of the skillet and we're going to do our gravy. As you can see, we don't have a lot of oil floating around down there. Let's see if I can tilt the pan. I have to tilt the pan in order for you to even see it. But we're going to drain any excess grease. We don't want a lot of grease in there. But as you can see, it's getting really pretty and brown. So now that it's browned enough, we're going to take this out. See how pretty brown on the other side. So we're going to take all of this out of the pan so that we can make our gravy. Okay, now we've taken all of our turkey wings and we put them over here in a bowl just so we can show you how to make this homemade gravy. So now I'm going to take a spoon, which is a regular, one of the large spoons we ladies use to dish and stir. And I'm just going to dip this in the flour and get a heaping spoonful of it. And I'm going to sprinkle that. As you can see, it wasn't a whole lot too much oil. If you had a lot of oil in there, depending on what kind, you would get some of that out. But we don't have a lot, so we just have enough to brown our gravy. And we're going to take this oil, sort of like we did with the crawfish, but this is a little thicker. We put more flour in here because we want this to make our a nice thick gravy. Not like that in the pack, which is delicious, but this is a whole total different thing. And we're going to stir this until it starts getting brown. And in the crawfish Creole, we didn't let it get brown like we're going to do this. We're going to let this get a lot browner because we want that nice, beautiful brown gravy with that brown gravy taste to it. Okay, you're gonna make sure you let it simmer a little bit and you go back and stir it. We're gonna do that until it gets the color of brown that you want in your gravy. Some people don't like their gravy brown. They like it white. If you want it really light, you can leave it however you want to do this. Most of the things I cook, I tell you, you have to season it the way you like. Just give you a general idea of what I like and how I want it to taste. But you can add a little something, take out a little something, do whatever you want to do to get it to taste like you want it to taste, okay? That's why a lot of times I don't give a lot of measurements. I just show you what I'm putting in. I'm not the kind that measures this and that a lot. I just taste it and I kind of know how I want mine after so long. Okay, sorry about making all that noise. But can you see how it's beginning to brown? Okay, we don't want it to scorch. Okay, so just keep stirring that until we get it the brown color that we want. And remember, we use olive oil, which is a healthy oil. Or you can try coconut oil as well. Sometimes I cook with that coconut oil. Back in the day, we use any kind of oil, but now we try to be a little healthy, even when we were making these old-time recipes. And so I also like coconut oil. Sometimes you could try the coconut oil if you like that better than the olive oil. They're both are really good and healthy oils. So we're going to let that brown. When it gets almost the color we want, we're going to throw in our onion, our bell pepper, our bay leaves, our oregano. All the fresh ingredients that we want to put in here. We're going to put that in here and let it saute as it gets the final color of brown that we want, okay? See how dark it's getting there? It's getting to where we want it. Okay, that's the old time way, ladies. Takes a little more time than open up a pack, you know, and throwing it in. And when you don't have time to do all of this, matter of fact, you know, we can do the same recipe, but we could just make the gravy, chop up the onions, saute that, and pull that in after we do the turkey wings, and we can put them in a slow cooker with not a lot of water, like maybe a cup or two of water with the measuring cup, and we could put that on when we go to work. Or at night when we go to bed and wake up the next morning, it's perfectly done, tender, falling apart for you. There are so many different ways we can do this. When we are busy, you ladies that are still working, and especially those who have kids, you don't have time to stand here and do this when you get off of work, or on your day off, you're tired, you want to get something together for the kids and rest. I know how that is. But you see how pretty brown it's getting? Now it's getting the color brown that I like. I don't want it dark, 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 but I just want it to be nice and brown. So in a few minutes, we're going to throw our seasoning in here and let that saute for a minute. If you've never had homemade turkey wings and gravy, you are in for a treat. Oh yeah. Yes, indeed. I can almost taste it now. I love baked turkey. I like smoked turkey. I like gravy and rice. I like fried turkey wings. I'm a turkey and chicken person. So we're going to be coming with a lot more recipes with all of that stuff for you. I'm just grateful I had a good response on my first recipe. So I'm all excited now about making things for you. A lot of these meals are just simple meals, but you know, we don't have to always come with gourmet things for everyone. We want things that people have in their kitchen that they can go to the store and get real easy and make for their families that taste delicious. See how pretty and brown? Oh yes. Now we are cooking. Oh yeah. Yes. Now it depends. You know, I didn't put a whole lot because we have that flour on the turkey, and that's the whole beauty of it. You remember we coated that turkey with flour, and we sauteed that. Well, when we cook that, that's gonna come off with this, and that's gonna make that gravy thick and beautiful and tasty. You don't have a lot of oil around, and the oil we do have is olive oil that is so very healthy. Okay, now for me, this brown is about what I'm looking for. Okay, some people don't want it this brown and some want it browner than that. It just depends on what you like with your gravies. But for me, this is good. So now I'm going to take and put my seasonings in here that I've already chopped up, except for the bay leaf. This is bell pepper, onion, oregano. I'm going to put that in. Now the bay leaves here, I'm just going to crush those up and sprinkle those in here. And we're going to saute that onion just a little bit as that gravy gets to that final color of brown that I want here. See that? Oh, it smells so good. That is delicious smelling. We're going to saute that for, I guess, about 2 or 3 minutes. Now I have a little pitcher here that I use. Let you see that. Okay, so a little small pitcher of water, and we're going to pour that in here. It's very, very small pitcher of water. See? Okay, and we're going to stir that. See how it's not full or anything like that to the top. And we're going to stir that and let that simmer. At the same time, we're going to put the turkey in here. And then we're going to add some more water. Okay, I'm getting ready to add the turkey. Let's add the turkey in there. Beginning to cook already. We're going to lower the fire a little bit. I had it turned up a little bit so that it could brown the meat. And now that we have that in the gravy mix, I don't want the gravy to get too thick before it finishes cooking. So you see how that's cooking already and that gravy's getting a little too thick. So we're going to add another pitcher of water, and we're going to cut the fire down and let it simmer so that the turkey wings can get tender. Now we add some more water, okay, so that that gravy doesn't get too thick too quick. See the difference? Okay, and now is when we go and we put in, we just sprinkle in our accent. That's not coming out. So you see I've got it where just a little will come out at a time because we don't want to put too much. So I sprinkle it as if I'm putting salt on my food. Okay, that's enough. And we're gonna go and put our sage. Sprinkle the sage. Same way. When you cook all the time, you pretty much know what you want, but I'm just letting you see how much I sprinkle. And that's about I'll say that's about a teaspoonful of sage, and maybe not even a half teaspoon of accent. You just sprinkle that in to taste. Now the bay leaves, the basil, I love basil in my food. So I kind of go a little overboard sometimes with that. I love the basil taste in my gravies. So I sprinkle that sparingly. However, if your taste buds, you're not all that with the basil, some people don't like it, and you won't put that much. Then also I come with my thyme. Sprinkle. Sprinkle. If you want to measure, I would say from a half a teaspoon to a teaspoon. I just sprinkle. I can tell how much I need just by looking. And then once it gets done, I taste it. If I need a little more, I put a little more. But make sure you do not too much, so you can always add. And then I come with my Tony Saturé. Now I like this because it's hot. I like pepper in my food, but I have high blood pressure, so I can't stand a whole bunch of salt. So I sprinkle that. Last but not least, we're gonna put in some parsley flakes, and we're just gonna sprinkle a little bit of that, not much. Stir that up, and we're gonna let that simmer and cook for about 30 minutes, and we're just gonna keep our eye on it. If it starts cooking down too much, we'll add a little water. Okay, that's the microwave. Let me know my rice is done. Let me open that so it won't keep going off that noise. Okay, so we stir that up in here, and So we're gonna let that simmer. I'm gonna put a top on this. You can top it if you want. If you don't want to, you don't have to. But this is gonna give the meat a chance to get tender. It's gonna let that season cook down in there and give it that wonderful flavor that you're wanting. So we're gonna top it up. I'm gonna top mine up. If you don't want to, you don't have to. When you top it up, it's gonna have to, of course, cook slower because you don't want it to boil all over the pot. So I'm gonna cut the fire down. I'm just gonna let it cook till it gets tender. So I'll be back once it gets done, okay? Okay, it's been just a few minutes, maybe almost 5 minutes, and I want to check the pot. Take the top off and just check, and you see it's getting thick again. It's not, I don't want it to get thick that quick, so I'm gonna let it cook down a little bit more. I'm gonna keep my eye on it, okay? And I'm gonna add a little water. I've got my pitcher full of water over here if I need it. Okay, so, but it's coming along nicely. Okay, seems to be cooking nicely. It's been about 6 minutes. I haven't had to add any water or anything yet. It's not boiling over. You know, you got to make sure that temperature is set just right so it cooks nicely. But at this point, you want to take just a little of your gravy and taste it. And that's when you can add in whatever you feel like you need. You see the consistency of it right now? We're going to take a little bit and taste it. Oh, it smells so good. We're going to take it and let's taste it and see if we need to add anything at this point. Wow, y'all, that is so delicious. I just tasted and it is really, really delicious. So at this point, all we have to do is just let it cook till it's tender. It is so good. And I guess I've been cooking for myself and my husband so long, I don't have to taste it. I kind of know how much stuff to put in it. But for you, this is the time for you to taste and see if you need a little more salt, pepper, or a little more seasoning, the ones that we added in here. And at this time, you would taste it to your, you would fix it to your taste buds. But right now, it's super delicious. I can't wait. And in the meantime, I'm gonna go make a nice salad, simple salad with just lettuce and tomato and bacon bits, in it with a little something to go on the side of this turkey, something healthy. Okay, folks, this is almost ready. It took about 30 minutes to get tender. I didn't have to add any water. Look how nice and thick that gravy is. Okay, some of you might want to add a little water and let yours get a little bit more cooked. And see, I don't mind seeing the onion. I love that. I consider that a vegetable. So I don't mind having the onion, but some people don't like, and the kids don't like to see the onion and the garlic still in there. So you might want to let it cook, leave it on a low fire, and let it cook 30 more minutes so that... Okay, that was my husband coming in here interrupting me, trying to see if the turkey wings are done. Like I say, he's been asking for these turkey wings. Okay, but like I say, that they're pretty much done now. Okay, for those of you who want to make sure that all your onion and stuff is cooked, so you can't see it, you need to let it cook maybe 15, 20 more minutes. But for me, that is fine. I'm getting ready to serve that. And while I was waiting on that, I did my rice already on the side, okay? And I made a little quick salad so we can have something really healthy to go with this gravy and rice. I put some little lettuce and tomato and some bacon bits, some cucumber, and I also did some olives, the salad olives that are made for the salad. And I'm gonna use some French dressing. You know, you don't see a lot of people using it no more, but I love that French dressing. That's going to be wonderful on the side. Okay, guys, thank you for tuning into my page or my channel, and make sure you subscribe and follow me, okay? I'll be having a lot of different recipes up here. And make sure you check out my music, my latest CD, okay? It's all online for you. My new CD It's on iTunes, amen. It's on Amazon Music. Go and buy one, amen. I'm sure you'll enjoy it if you like gospel music. And then always come back and look for the recipes and stuff like that. Also on MCBN Gospel Radio, we're going to be doing a list of new music and podcasts and things like that. So a lot of exciting things coming on my page on the MCBN Gospel Radio station and on my channel. So subscribe, give me a like, please. Okay? Thanks. And if you have any comments or questions, put them down below. I most definitely will be checking them every day. Okay? God bless and enjoy your southern smothered turkey wings with rice. Okay? Bye-bye. Enjoy. Okay, ladies and gents, finished product. Southern smothered turkey and gravy with rice. And our salad is ready. So let's take it to the gentleman outside who's waiting for dinner and see what they think. It is so delicious. Try this recipe, guys. You won't be disappointed. Y'all have a good day and keep cooking.